I do really feel uncomfortable when talking with people with the camera off because you know what, like talking to the wall, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
like the connection is doesn't sound stronger, you know. So that's why I do love when talking with people with the camera on, and then the connection and the vibe and the getting stronger. We can connect with that person, right? So
Mm. Mm-mm.
yeah, that's cool. So
Yeah.
I don't know why for some people they don't like to turn the camera on. I
Mm.
don't know why. I also I didn't understand.
They are shy to showing their
My,
faces.
oh, how
Mm.
big this eye
Yeah.
is.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's welcome Demetrius. How are you doing, Demetrius? Thanks
Good
for
afternoon.
coming.
Very nice to see you again. Your wonderful Fluency community.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much for showing up today. So, how have you been?
I've been quite busy lately.
Mm. And I haven't checked your new community. You know, Dimitri also created his new community. So I haven't checked your posts recently. I was also too busy. I couldn't manage everything. I haven't watched all of the
Yeah,
videos and give
me too.
feedback.
Besides being busy, I try to keep up with your uploads and posts as well,
Mm,
because these are always interesting to see and visit. It's just that I can't comment on all of them
mm-mm.
because but I try to keep up with the latest posts.
Yes, we have a lot of members, I mean, new members coming out of their
Hey,
shell nowadays, posting,
Teacher Lin.
introducing themselves. Mm.
Teacher Lin, I like your profile picture. Oh, you look so beautiful in that picture.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank you very much.
yeah, that's true. Whoa,
Oh,
you look so like a queen.
really? Uh, the that was in the studio. We went,
Oh,
my friend and I went to a studio just for taking picture and post on the Instagram.
oh, so you are an Instagram stuff then. Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
cool.
Mm. Okay, guys. So I think we're only five today. I don't know. Maybe they don't know that we're having meeting other members. So we can start now. Our topic
Yeah.
that is about. Let me share my screen. Where is that? Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here you go. Mm. This is about, yes, how to never run out of things to say in conversation. So, have you ever experienced that when you are having a great time talking each other and then suddenly you lost your train of thought, you don't know what you're going to say, and
Could you
hard
scroll
silence.
down a little bit, please? I couldn't see properly which one you're
I,
talking
I,
about.
this one.
Ah, see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
And then
how,
I got it.
how to never
Never run out
run out
of
of
things
things
to
to.
say in conversation. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So, have you ever
Mm-hmm.
experienced that you're having a great time talking to each other with your colleagues and then suddenly
Is
you don't know
it
what you're going to say? Mm-hmm.
you talking about in person or in online stuff?
Yes, yes, in your own experience,
Oh, so no matter what, whether online or in
online
person.
or in a real, yes, in face-to-face conversation. So,
All
how
right.
did you manage?
Can I go first?
Oh, sure, sure. Go ahead, Annie.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I do love of the cuff meeting, by and large, because
Mm-hmm.
it is challenge me to be more creative, to
Mm-hmm.
produce a lot of questions, So I also notice when the participant in the main room, for example, I notice when the person kind of still a beginner or shy or hard to start a speech. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to take responsibility as a host, and then by asking them question, and of course it does depend on their level as well,
Mm-hmm.
and asking them, I think more about them and less about me. Then, and regarding to their probably what they introduce about, probably like their life, daily life, or job, or any problem in English. So I can just follow through what they're talking about, and then so I can generate the question through what they're talking about, what they interest about. So I'm just focusing on them, not focusing on myself. And then, on the other hand, and due to this, the purpose of having a chat is just to get opportunity to practice, and people gonna ask me back afterward. No, so it's just my way to break the ice when everyone is just silent. Hello, where are you, teacher Lynn?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I
I
was,
am done. Yeah.
I'm talking, but I was mute. I'm sorry about it. Yeah, you did a great
Oh,
job. So, especially if you are the host, you have to focus your participants or your students, not because some hosts that they keep talking, then their
yeah.
participants no time to speak up. So, if you're the host, you should center your to your participant, not in yourself, right?
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to add a little bit. Just
Mm-hmm.
in the chat, you're going
Mm-hmm.
to the in the conversation. Just don't try to hog the chat, right? To
That's
hog,
exactly.
uh,
Mm.
hog the chat, and just keep in mind when someone talking for England, it is hard to stop or to button in a polite way because sometimes people get offended. So that is we need some skill, any specific skill, how to stop when people talking poor England and unstoppable. This is
Mm-hmm.
really challenging.
Mm.
Yeah.
Exactly, because some people they keep talking and you don't know how to interact with them, right? So you should know how to manage your meeting, especially if you're in a group conversation. Anyway, I can assign you to the breakout rooms, guys, so you can practice more with your speaking partner. But before that, I wanna listen to Dimitri. I wanna listen to all of your opinion, and then I can assign you to the breakout rooms. What about Dimitri?
Yeah. What would you like me to talk about?
Yes. Have you ever experienced that you're in a group conversation and then suddenly
Yes.
the awkward silence? Mm.
Okay. There are times when the participants don't have anything to say,
Mm-hmm.
no matter how hard you try to break the ice in the first place. So it's nice having a bit of silence because this helps everyone just concentrate and focus on the main issue. Uh, but besides that, I think that sometimes it's nice to talk around the bush, and this has its own purpose, because in such a way you get to know well with people around you and be yourself, and then you go into the core of whatever conversation might be. So, yes, this happened to me as well.
Mm. Yes. So it's better if you have to listen first to yours. I mean, you can gather your thoughts and before
Yeah.
you share to
It's a necessary
anyone.
step, yes. It's a
Mm,
necessary step towards the evolution of the discussion. Yes.
okay. Thanks a lot, Dimitri. Let's see, Maria. Trini. Yes, Maria.
Yeah, it's okay. So
Uh,
I think it
Hello,
happens.
Maria.
to me. I happens to me a lot, even in my daily life, because I'm not that kind of talkative person, and sometimes I can't hold the conversation, and I think it's better to end up than to stay on that awkward silence. It's uncomfortable for me. So nowadays I'm experiencing this because I do an exchange with a guy. He's learning Portuguese. So, but he's just a beginner. So I had to ask questions, even if I try to avoid questions that he can answer with monologues. But sometimes it's very difficult to engage in a conversation, you know. So I think we have to work on that skills. That video was so interesting for me, and I think I learned to apply other kind of questions that can hold the conversation to last a little bit longer.
Wow. Thank you very much, Maria. Okay, so let's
Okay.
move on to Adriana. Oh, we can't. Okay.
I don't know what you say because I don't understand very well about this is the topic, and I don't know.
You don't know what we're talking. So my question was if you have experienced that you are having a great conversation with your colleagues, you're laughing, and then suddenly the silence, the awkward silence occurs. So have you managed it, or how did you break the ice so the conversation will keep going?
Yes, I have I have a great conversation with my friend. I know when to say something, and I know when I listen only. I like to joke with my friend. I like to listen when uh, when they are problems, and when I don't know.
Okay, just take your time.
My mind.
It's not working now. All right, so yeah, just listen to us, and then if you want to say something, just raise your hand. Yeah, you can listen to anyone's opinion about this discussion. Okay, so let's welcome Mac. All right, Mac, where are you from, Mac? Hi, Mac, can you hear me? I think she's connecting with her speaker. All right, so let's go to Samsung. We have Mac, iPhone, we have Samsung. Okay, Samsung, can you hear me, Samsung? I'm still connecting your audio. How about Mac? Can you hear me now? Guys, can you hear me or not? They are not answering me. Anyway, guys, so let me share you. I will break out this room so you have chance to talk more. What do you think? Do you prefer to start to talk in the one room or speaking with one on one?
May I say something?
Oh, sure, Dimitri.
I believe that because we're only six of us, we
Uh-huh.
can pretty much participate in
One room.
yes, in this room. I
Oh.
don't know what the others think. Of course, it's up to you to decide. Yes.
Okay, so anyway, if you would like to talk in a main room in this chat, I don't need to assign you to the breakout room, so you can also listen to others' opinion and share your ideas. So to keep practicing with your English. Okay. So now the first tip I will ask you is play reminds me of. Okay. So let us see when you are in the middle of the conversation and then the awkward silence occurs. So you can play this rule. I mean, you can play this tip. Okay. So look around, look around and open a new topic. You know what? For example, let's say that bicycle reminds you when the first time you learn how to ride a bicycle and then there's something wrong happened to you and then suddenly since that time you know how to ride a bicycle, so you can open a new topic to keep going your discussions with your colleagues or your friends. So let me see. Dimitri, open place reminds me of the first one. Look around your surrounding and then open a new topic for the discussion. What do you think about this tip?
Yes. Then, after a period of silence, you can open up in your discussion. You can take the initiative and push forward your agenda, let's say. For instance, you can always mention some issues that have to do with the everyday life, how people change their routines. So it's something that everyone can actually take part in this. Everybody can take part in such a conversation. And you could also develop this discussion into a debate, so it has much more sense. So if you split, let's say, the people in two groups, and each one having to, each one supporting its own arguments, pro or con, then the conversation is going to be much more interesting. And
Good idea.
yes.
So you will debate both of your opinions, so pros and cons. Let's see. So that's a good idea to keep going with your discussion. Okay. Thank you very much, Dimitri. How about Jonathan? Welcome back, Jonathan. Jonathan, can you hear me? Okay, so let's see, Aman. Welcome, Aman. How are you doing, Aman?
Hi everyone. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yes. Aman, we are talking about on how to avoid running out of the topic that you are going to talk while you are in a conversation. So how could you manage it? How could you break the ice when the awkward silence occur in the conversation?
Mm, Actually, if silence happening, I start talking. So if anyone, so if silence like, so I just start. I don't care about like, and if anyone talking about topic, so then it's okay. I don't care about time, because it's speaking English is not only like today, right now, this moment, this only 1 hour. This is whole journey. So someday I'm little speak, someday I'm speak more, and I know because I'm also beginner. If anyone asks me about myself, I'm not capable to say in only one sentence. I also round and round and round and more speak. So that's why, sometimes I give patience to listen to others. Not only actually people is speak through words. I want to see the people faces, see that their eyes, what's going on in these people, not only because he speak, so I catch only words. I want to really in depth immerse in this language. So that's why, sometimes I just try to listen, and if no one talk, like a silent, then I speak.
Okay, so you will open up a topic when no one talk. Okay, so let's see who raised the hand. Who is that? Hernan. Okay, Hernan. Welcome back, Hernan.
Hi, hello everybody. No, it was a error. I was trying to clean my screen and I pushed by error. But okay, it's a good moment to say hello everybody.
Okay, all right. Jonathan, how about you, Jonathan? How are you doing?
Hello, good morning, good evening.
Yes, in a way, our time is just 4 minutes left. But we will have another session, right? So you can rejoin with the same link for the second conversation. Let's give chance to others, guys. So let's see Samsung. How are you, Samsung? You want to say something, Samsung? Can you hear me, Samsung? I don't think so. How about Mac? How about Mac? You want to say something? Can you introduce a little bit about yourself? I think they can't hear me. I'm not sure. All right, so let's move on to Annie. Annie?
Yes.
Play reminds me of. Okay.
Can I go for the second one? I
Sure.
really interesting for the second one. I like
Sure.
it. For the second, in the second one, the test is about. But I think I have to make some correction if you don't mind. This question shared asks open-minded question. Actually, this is about open-ended question, not open-minded. So open-ended question means that when you want to make the conversation going on and still working, that means you have to ask the question which is open-ended question, which means you don't have to ask when you were born, like simple answer, right? It is not open-ended. So when you asking about why does it happen, so how is it happen, right? So it is the participant must be try to explain more when you asking open-ended questions. This is all open-ended question all about, not open-minded. Because I was get doubt about it, but I already googling, but it's now I thought was right. So maybe
yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Oh, yeah, open-ended question. So you have to ask question that will lead that person to talk more, not just simple question, right? So ask many things as you can.
Digging their thought. Yes, that's it. Go. Anyone else?
Anyone else? Oh, who wants to say something? Okay, raise your hand, guys. This is your time to speak, okay? If you want to say something, just raise your hand and speak up. All right, I will go for Maria. You want to say something, Maria?
Yeah, I don't know if we have time because it's almost 30 minutes. Maybe it will be closed, the meeting. But anyway, if closed, then I can back to the same topic.
Yeah.
I think the second tip to bring a new topic to the conversation is really great. If you can choose a topic that everyone has experienced. So talking about, the prices are so right, or it's going to rain today, maybe. So something that people has experienced. So I think it will motivate them to talk more and not only giving some answers like yes or not, or, you know, I think this is a great opportunity to hold the conversation. Yeah.
Okay, guys. All right, Dimitri, you raise your hand.
Yes, I would like to say that Annie's point was pretty much correct. Open-ended questions give a chance to interlocutors to have their say by even exemplifying their point of view. Um, uh, this could also be the case of a story narration.
Okay, so let's continue. That was Dimitri talking, right? Continue, Dimitri.
Yeah. Okay. I felt like my engine, my car engine stopped.
I'm sorry about that.
Those
Cut off.
I also use. I'm also known as the Dukes. You know, if you do remember the TV series of the past, it was my favorite one. Yeah. Okay. So I do believe that debates, to return to my argument, I do believe that debates are a great opportunity for all interlocutors to have their say. But it's not only that. Debates give you a great chance to voice your concerns in a positive way. And what I mean by this is that that all people, of course, insist on believing something and supporting their viewpoints. But if you have the chance to have a debate, you always learn how to become a good listener. So you also listen to the other side. You open yourself to the other side. And as you very well know, there are two sides of the same coin. So this is this has also a meaning that we all find our own purpose in life. You know what your purpose is. So once you know what your purpose in life is, by starting to listen to other people, then you gradually change your mindset. And once you change this, you gradually start changing your own behavior as well. So don't miss my messages. Never, you shouldn't miss reflecting inward. You should always think about who you really are. And that's the point in participating in debates.
Yes, you also need to listen others' opinion, not just always your opinion, right? So you, of course, you are trying to express your opinion, but try to listen others' opinion as well. So that's how you will, the debates will go well. All right. So what about Jonathan? Let's see, Jonathan.
Yes, hello. Yes, this one is a really interesting topic. I've just watched the video 20 minutes ago, and I think these 5 topics are really useful in order to keep up with the conversation. But I would say that it is easier said than done. I mean, even when I have a conversation with close friends, from time to time, I've got these awkward silences. And even I was told not a long time ago, it was a good piece of advice about keeping up a conversation. And I was told that it is better to have small conversations rather than spend 1 or 2 hours trying to keep this conversation. So maybe you're eating with someone, you can talk about politics, later you can talk about other topics and so on. And I would say that's really important to have different sources of information in order keep up the conversation. For example, when I have, I don't know, a meeting with a friend, I try to get some knowledge about the current affairs. For example, politics, maybe a football match, something we heard on television. I don't know, for example, this earthquake in Turkey or Syria, all that stuff. I would say that open-ended questions is the best piece of advice I heard. Even they remind me of that's a good one as well, because I used to take this how can I say tool in order to keep up the conversation. For example, when I see something on the street, I can say, "Oh, that's remind me that something," or "We can try that restaurant in the future." But it seems blindly obvious with your friends when you are talking with, for example, work colleagues or someone you don't know a lot. It's difficult to keep a conversation. So, well, these tips could be really useful in order to get how can I say, a deep insight about their lives. And well, I don't know, some of them I don't know exactly how to use it. For example, flip the script is a good one. Dimitris was talking about something really important. I would say is significant, a major factor about being a good listener. So we have to provide the other the opportunity to express themselves, to speak their minds. So that would be great. You don't have to speak all the time. You just need to hear and maybe find a way to make the right questions.
Exactly. That's right. Thank you very much, Jonathan. Let's welcome Vidal. Welcome back,
Hello, how are
Vidal.
you?
Thanks for coming back. Yes. How are you
Thanks
doing?
to you for having me. Very good, very good. Glad to be here.
Yes.
How is the conversation going so far?
Yes. Yeah, we're talking about on how could you manage or when you are running out of the topic to discuss when during in the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, so how could you break the ice when the awkward silence?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I was taking a look over the material you posted in the event calendar, and it got my attention. Follow-up questions. As Jonathan said, you have to be a very good listener and not to make a closed question, but open-ended questions, and add always following up questions. I mean, to follow the thread of the conversation from the person you are talking to. And also a very good tip I catch from that reading on the video was the reminders. You have to look around and try to relate the topic with some stuff you are seeing around you, and then try to connect them in the conversation. But it's very good. It's a very good tips, of course.
Yes. What else? What was that? We have Sarwar. Welcome back, Sarwar. Thank you very much, Vidal. Okay, let's welcome Sarwar. Thanks for coming back.
Thank you. Yes, I am some late because of right now I am working on in my office, so that I have to be here something late. But I'm feel great for chance me. It's a beautiful opportunity for say something before in front of you and audience. So I'm delighted and feel great. Thank you very much. I'm Sarwar from Bangladesh. I live in Dhaka city. Dhaka is capital city of Bangladesh, and I'm English lover. I would like to develop my English spoken skill because I'm doing job in foreign trade. It's garments and textile division, and it's 100% export oriented ready-made garments industries. So I have communicated with a lot of foreign people and my delegates with buyers. So they are all people are native English speaker and fluent speaker. So English is very essential for me. So I want to develop myself. So I have to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Sarwar. Let's see, Hernan. You want to say something now?
Yes, okay. Thank you for asking. Well, in my own experience, I think it is important the level of concentration when you are trying to do any kind of things. One of these is speaking with other persons. If you practice this, you can focus in the conversation. Maybe the topic of the conversation could be boring for you, or maybe you dominate or master the topic and you are not learning something new. But if you pay attention, you are focusing the conversation, you start to find interesting information. So I think it is an important tip, no? If you want to keep fresh and interesting any kind of conversation.
Okay, let's see, Maria. Maria? What is that? Open-ended question.
Yeah. So I agree with the topics that discussed before by the other participants. I think that question of being able to listen to others and to understand them, to be empathetic to them, and bring topics that are really interesting for both people involved in the conversation is really important. So the tips that that video showed to us, I think all of them are very interesting, and I'm trying to apply it on my own life because I've been some difficult times struggling to hold conversation with people. But I think this tip can help us a lot to hold conversations. I think being sincere and talking about experience and things that you truly believe, having this mindset, I think it's important. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Maria. So you guys, would you like to break out this room or would you prefer to stay in the main room? Any suggestion? I can break out this room so you have more chance to speak with with the other participants. I can break out into 3 rooms. Okay, Annie, you want to say something?
Yes, actually, I would like to take a permission. I would like to leave earlier to leave the meeting, but before that, I'm going to add something about how to make the conversation a bit longer. Then the thing is that we have to pay attention on the gesture. If you having a conversation, gesture is pretty much important for me. For example, like to have empathy of what they were saying. So picturing yourself in their shoes, and then kind of like nodding, smiling, or even crying. Oh my goodness, just joking. So to be what they feel, we can picturing what the feeling of the speakers, right? So then we giving them a good gesture, that means showing that you care about what they're talking about. So it is make the conversation also go smoothly. And the other hand also, I got this kind of experience anyway. I never I don't mean to blow my own trumpet. No, I'm just sharing my thought. Like today before I joined your meeting, I was on the chat with my friend as well from the UK, and it was about 2 sessions on Zoom. We never run out of topic. Because the thing that when the company is, the file is connected each other, feel comfortable with, that's gonna be make the conversation also last long. So I was talking about something that floating my boat, kind of interesting topic between us. So this is kind of what going on in your life, your family, your work, your everything. So and then stranded into learning English environment, anything that we brought up, it was enjoyable. I never find like boring. I never find bored when talking about something in English, especially because I do really fall in love with English. Because when we do something for love, all right, right, when do something for love, it's not going to be feel like bored or boring conversation. I didn't feel that way. So anyway, thank you for giving me chance to speak, and it was nice talking to you all. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.
The awkward silence.
It's happening.
Yeah, this is a good example.
Any left out?
Jonathan, you would like to say something?
Go ahead, please, Dimitri.
Jonathan would like to say something. Jonathan.
Yes, I raised my hand, but yes, I wanted to talk about these awkward silences because the worst ones, well, my worst experiences with these awkward silence have been during job interviews. You know, you're in front of the human resources chief, and there is these kind of weird silences you've got right there, and you think, okay, I have to tell something. If not, maybe I won't get the job. But even though you have these weird silences, I think you don't have to, to beat yourself up. So it is not a drama if you've got these silences from time to time. Maybe the other person needs time to think about what he or she is gonna say. So if that happened with your close friends, so don't think that the conversation is going really bad if you've got silences from time to time. That's what I wanted to say.
Okay. Yes, guys. I was talking, but you couldn't hear me, right? Because I was mute. I just checked my speaker. Oh my goodness. Where is Thomas? He left. Yes, sharing some of your personal story is the best way to keep the conversation going, right? That's right. Yes, Maria, you raised your hand. You want to say something?
Yes, just one example of this awkward silence that is so uncomfortable is when you give some presentation and in the end, the audience didn't ask any questions to you. So, you are in front of many people, then you finish and no one raised their hand to ask question. And that silence, I think it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so let's move on to the third. What is that? Third tip. You have it. Use revival questions. Okay, so especially if you're in a group conversation, you can ask, let's see, how you guys know each other. Okay, where did you meet, or do you work in the same establishment? Okay, so let the conversation go and everyone shares each of their stories. Okay, so what do you think about use revival questions? I will go to Vidal. Okay, let's see, Vidal.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe we can link it to another tip that you wrote below in the feed. Maybe we can relate it to connecting the conversation with some curiosity, maybe curiosity mood questions, and always trying to be creative when we are asking the following up questions. Maybe asking about the parent or how do you came up with the idea of becoming a surgeon or becoming a stockbroker, and what is your life about like? What about you? How do you balance your life, family life with your work? Oh, by the way, you have a family. I heard you raising a child, but as Jonathan said, we have to put attention, we have close attention to any details of all the people involved in the conversation. We had to focus our attention in that moment and in that place to be able to do this kind of revival questions, maybe.
Yes, pretty nice, Vidal. Okay, thank you very much. I would go to Hernan. Are you still there, Hernan?
Yes, okay. Yes, I think that revival question is an important option to choose in order to try to keep follow the conversation. I'm not sure in this moment. No came in my mind some specific example to say, but it sounds good. Okay.
That's it? Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to Adriana. You want to say something, Adriana? I want to hear you, Adriana. All right, take your time, Adriana. How about Sarwar?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. But I have a late participant, but I don't know about today's topics. But I feel glad for you have organized the beautiful meeting and beautiful event for worldwide English learners. I think it's really, really very helpful for me with others English beginners. So I hope that you will continue the process um, and I will get better in future. My English will be developed, so I'm feel happy. But I'm not well English speaker. I am Bengali people from Bangladesh. My native language is Bengali, but I love English and I want to develop my English spoken skill. So I have to be here. It's my pleasure and so happy, feel great about your good episode and learning event of English. That's really amazing.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarwar. Yes, you can learn from other participants as well. All right, Dimitri, you want to say something? Oh, you are mute. Okay.
I'll be quite brief. I quite agree with Vidal, the things that he said. As long as the questions are thought-provoking and touch upon the emotional side of the person, and if the other interlocutors pay attention to this person's point, then the conversation can move from that point on, because we should be aware of the fact that we are always looking for a person's personal stigma. Each one is unique in the way he or she speaks. So, as there's an English saying that the proof is in the pudding. So as long we pay attention to the individual's stigma, his personal stamp, we can always get the conversation going. And then we add value to others' thinking process, of course, and help other people escape from their current situation, especially if they're trapped in their minds thinking the one side of the coin and not the other one.
Yes, very nice. Dimitri, Jonathan, you want to add something? Use revival questions.
Yes, I would say that Dimitri's brought an important aspect on the table about these thought-provoking questions and this stigma. I would say that the non-verbal language play a significant role while you are having a conversation with someone. If you see that the other person is drinking water, picking a loaf of bread, you don't see this, how can I say, visual contact during the conversation. That could be a really how can I say, an important clue you can have during the conversation in order to know you're not going through the right way. Maybe that conversational thread is not the it's not the best one, so you can go for the open-ended questions and try to figure out more about the other person in their terms, not in yours. Because when you ask the questions, let's say you're leading the conversation, but with these open-ended questions, the other one has the opportunity to choose which topics he or she feel more comfortable with. Yes, I think that Dimitri's stress one important aspect about how is the most appropriate way of having conversations.
Perfect. Okay, thank you very much, Jonathan. Okay, so Maria, you want to add something, or we can go to next tip? Oh, yes, mute yourself.
Just yeah, sorry. Just add that I think survival questions, they can play a very important role to road conversation, but it should be about something that you are really interested to know about the other person, not asking questions to hold conversation, but something that you can learn or you can share with the other person. For example, if you are into cooking or something and the person has experience, so you can ask questions about that because you're going to have some knowledge and you can be really interested in what the other person are going to tell you. So I think it's important to have body language.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's important to read the other person reaction, and if like Jonathan say, you are going to know if you're going to the right way or maybe you have to change to another topic, because you can always ask for some similarities. You can always know something in common with the other person. You can share something that you can go in that way that I think will be more productive, because you're going to converse with the other person, but you're going to learn and to share experience, so both can grow in that conversation. Not only talking about amenities, something that you're not going to have benefits from that conversation. Yeah, that's
exactly.
my opinion.
Oh, very nice, Maria. So you have to know that person if interested what you're talking about, right? So you have to look at their facial expression. If they're not interested, you can switch other topics. Okay, so moving on to what is that? Next one is make complimentary cool red. So, for example, you appreciate someone that, oh, you look really in shape. So, do you go to the gym or do you exercise regularly to let them to speak up or to open up about the conversation? Or yes, Maria?
Oh, in this topic, I think it's really important to be sincere. Compliments, they have to be sincere. So you have to mean what you really mean, like not doing compliments that are not sincere. I think this can be so complicated when you compliment people, but you don't mean what you are saying. So yeah.
So you make sure that you compliment that you are sincere what you're talking about. Maybe someone might offended what you're saying, right? So be sure. Okay, so let's see Dimitri.
Yes, I think that sometimes you could bring the positive sides of others to surface. This could allow them to feel much more comfortable and relaxed. And their anxiety levels are going to disappear gradually as the conversation gets going. And yeah, it's all a matter of breaking the ice. It's everything. Everything has to do with breaking the ice. Yes.
Yeah.
So long as the conversation, even in the form of short talks, is well contextualized. And I would like to say it from the beginning, but I didn't have the time to do it. So so long as the conversation is well contextualized, is within a context, we can definitely get the ball rolling, no matter what.
Yes. Oh, are you still there, guys? Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you very much, Dimitri. Okay,
I'd
you want
like
to
to
add
keep it
something?
brief so that others can also join the conversation.
Because we only have 8 minutes. All right, so you want to add something? Let's see. Vidal, you want to add something?
Yes, thank you. Yeah,
Complementary.
thank you. As our partners have said, making a sincere compliment to someone is very important to maintain the level, the emotional and the dynamic of the conversation. And I can think about two situations. If you don't know previously the person you are talking to, maybe we can observe, we can read up their body language and try to guess what the person feels proud about. Maybe the hair, maybe hair or his skin, maybe the nails, maybe the watch, maybe the clothing, the appearance, something. We have to read up very carefully and try to guess what that person would like to hear from us without telling lies. That is if we don't know the person. But if we happen to know the person, maybe is a workmate, we can make complimentary following up comments or questions by adding something from the background that we already know. For example, I heard you got a promotion. Congratulations. Tell me, how do you feel? Now that you are in charge of all of us, now you are finally the boss. Or something. I heard you got married. I heard you got a pet or something in the background that we are always hearing that is happening in our environment. That's what I can add at this moment. Thank you.
Very nice, Vidal. Okay, let's see, Jonathan. You want to add something?
Yes, it's difficult to add more information. I'm completely in agreement with my colleagues here. It seems Sawar has the microphone.
Sawar, I have to unmute you because I have to mute because
yes, ma'am. Yes,
I can hear
I can hear
the
you.
noise.
Yes, I am now on the road. Okay.
Yeah, can you mute yourself? Because of the noise, we can't hear Jonathan talking. Okay, continue,
Okay.
Jonathan.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yes, I was completely in agreement with my colleagues here, but I find it tough to understand this complementary read, sorry, because you need to take information from the physical appearance of someone, and it's easy to make a mistake, to touch the wrong key, because you can talk about sensitive aspects of the other person's life. For example, I remember from the video, they said, you look, you are so smiley, so you could have a good hand with children. Be careful with that, because maybe that person cannot have children, or I don't know. There could be sensitive issues behind you cannot see if you try to, how can I say, bring to the table some questions about his or her personal life. So I would say keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on this one because it could be dangerous. Trying to hold in a conversation based on physical appearances, unless, I don't know, for example, if I see you are in shape, I guess I can ask you, for example. But if I see your wedding ring or all that stuff, I will be really careful about talking about certain topics.
Yes, very nice. Jonathan, yes, Maria, you want to add? We only have 4 minutes.
Only remembering what John say is so important. It's like asking if some women, if they are pregnant, for example. It could be a very, very awkward question. Because maybe they're only fat, and that's a very strange situation.
Exactly. I remember that one. Who is that? I asked her, "Are you pregnant?" Because I saw her tummy is big. No, I'm not pregnant. That was so embarrassing. Yes, because
embarrassing situation.
Stomach is really big. Are you pregnant? So yeah, we should be careful asking those sensitive questions, right? Anyway, so the last tip is flip the script. So let them to speak up, not all the time you talk, right? So give chance to other to speak up. Okay, so Hernan?
Yeah. Answering the other question, I remember sometimes I am a person to like a lot go and run. I like go running early. And sometimes when I find some flat person, in a good sense, I used to say, hey, you should go with me and run. And sometimes the woman looking me in an aggressive way because I'm saying that she are not in a good shape, right? Yes, we have to take care sometimes, but sometimes we are trying to do something good, but that is the problem. You know, our emotion is first than our way of things. And we need to think in that and not feel like frustrated, no? Because, oh, I heard that person, but sometimes we are not trying and truly do that, no? But it's okay. And okay, answering the other question about shame, the way yes, it's important first the text in the conversation, the conversation through in a boring conversation, and maybe the other person is not paying attention. So if you detect that, you can start to ask question and start to say, maybe I would like to know your opinion about this, because sometimes I can see that people start to express with some kind of sounds like yeah, and that is the way when the other person is not paying attention. And I really get angry with that, and I start to say, hey, are you listening to me? Come on, we can change the topic if you want it, but okay, propose you the topic if you want. That is when we are forced to keep the conversation, no? Because you are free. You can say, okay, stop the conversation. Was a pleasure. Let's go. But it's a good way to change the focus of the topic, no? Change the roles.
Oh, yes. They're not paying you attention, right? It's really annoying.
Or looking the other, like, hey, can you look into me?
Anyway, guys, I'm very thankful for your participation today. So anyway, we only have less than 1 minute. So thanks for coming, and I look forward to seeing you next meeting. Maybe Shikar will host next week, so feel free to join his meeting. All right?
Did you take a screenshot?
No. Anyway, I will share this in the group. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good job, guys.
Thank you. Nice to
Thank
see
you
you.
very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Bye-bye. Oh, you can take a screenshot, guys, if you want.
Yeah, I want.
No problem.
Okay. Smile. All right. Okay. Bye-bye. Good job.